Hello guys, thank you so much for joining us today as above so below. I am here actually at the church. I was doing some cleaning up today and I just been doing videos. I've been on TikTok and now I'm on YouTube. And I want to say to each and every one of you guys, first of all, I want to say salutations to my madrina, to my padrino, to my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Adjays. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, thank you so very, very much for being such a support to what we do on this platform and allowing melanated people that really want to practice real magic and encounter people that actually know what they're doing so they could have a opportunity to experience what manifestation is. What's up, my storm, my Sagittarius from Detroit? I love your video. I love you. I hope you saw my like on your video. And then I got my Sasha Fierce is in the house. Cancer in the house. Thank you so much for being with us on today. Today is as above, so below, which is Saturnian energy or Saturn energy. To each and every one of you guys, as you're being notified that we're live, I want to say salutations to my earth signs, my water signs, my fire signs, and my air signs. To each and every one of you guys, I'm sitting at my desk at my ministry doing this particular live and streaming. If this is your first time in my live, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. Those are the African traditional sciences by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. To each and every one of you guys, if you have not had the opportunity of being a part of this melanated family, we say here, we are a tribal people, and so this gives you the opportunity to engage in real spirituality. One of the things that I have purposed myself to do is in this season is to be more of a show and tell, because I have been teaching for years, for months, for weeks, for hours, and for minutes, and because people really don't want to give themselves to real spirituality, they try to come across as though these methods do not work. They do not work for people that don't want to work. They do not work for people that are not committed. They do not work for the unfaithful. These methods that I share and I give do not work for people that are looking for something for nothing. My methods do not work for people that are con artists, people that are looking for an easy way or quick way to success. Quite naturally, what I do, and when it comes down to real magic, won't suit you because I don't do that kind of conjure. What's up, my baby Scorpio? What's up, Demetrius is in the house. I got Scorpio, then I got Gemini. I take out my time to share information that is universal. And what that means, sir and ma'am, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, whether you are a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, whether you believe in alchemy, whether you believe in a particular tradition, universal law applies, and I like to use the word applicable. It's applicable to each and every individual. It doesn't matter if you're melanated or non-melanated. Universal laws affect each and every one of us on this earth plane. What I am trying to do is encourage melanated people to take their spirituality very seriously and to invest in themselves, especially whether it is through graveyard work or whether it is, I have on my YouTube, my website, memberships for Palo as well as Orisha. And when I look at my brothers and sisters and they're not engaging, or they think they have time, or they think other things are more important, you will find out very clearly and quickly that everything's about energy, frequency, and vibration. And certain realities you're never going to get out of until you get the correct arche or the formula to get you out of those realms. I am myself am a six-figure individual, and so I am doing conjure to remove myself out of the six-figure category to millionaire status. And so therefore, my energy, my patterns have to change in order to draw that into my reality. Everything is possible if you understand how things work and what you need to do to put in the real time, the real energy, and to promote the things and get the necessary tools. And let me tell y'all something. I would not be where I am right now if I did not have necessary tools. Yes, I was born with gifts, I was born with talents, I was born with abilities, and I was born with certain advantages. But it still does not take the place of what you got to go through to get certain platforms and plateaus. Thank you so much, Demetri, for reminding us this is definitely a monetized channel. So I, sir and ma'am, encourage you to hit that super chat if you have questions. I do got my glasses so I can read. And I want to encourage you, to those that will be receiving your products. Some of you put orders in. Some of you got consultations. Some of you are layering your graveyard work, which is smart. Let me say it like this. Many of you guys are not going to appreciate me because some of you say, "Oh, Pastor, I thank God for you." No. Listen to what I'm saying. When you get to a certain level in your graveyard work and you look back on why you did it and why I was encouraging you, that's when you're going to thank me. When you get certain memberships and you say, "I'm glad I didn't get initiated into that. I did not obligate myself to that because I didn't realize what came along with that, and that's not for me. I'm glad I got the membership and I can still benefit from that particular tradition, but I'm not obligated. My soul is not obligated. My spirits or my ancestors are not obligated, because Apostle Ely set it up in a way that I can experience it without being initiated into it." And so these are the things that I am doing for melanated people. As much as you would like to think that you have what you need, it's like people that have never been in a deep blue sea. You don't really know how deep these oceans and waters are until you get out there. You don't really realize how deep you're not until you get out into the real deep. You understand? There are little bitty fishes that are swimming in pressures up under the water that submarines cannot go, because they built for that. When I shared with you guys about Olokun or water spirits or fire spirits or earth spirits or air spirits, this is a part of every form of magic. Yes, this is Hoodoo month, and so I've been promoting Hoodoo because I think that black people sleep on Hoodoo as though that Hoodoo doesn't carry a lot of power. Where the truth of the matter is, the new age people don't carry power because they are not developed like old school Hoodooists were. They didn't just call themselves Hoodooists. They were prayer warriors. They were people that knew how to work that Bible. They were people that understood holistically what those herbs and spices can do. They understood what cleansing would do. I did a whole video series on TikTok about cleansing and its importance. I am sharing information because at the end of the day, in my timeline that I'm here on earth, you cannot say that you have not been given the information. What you can say is that you did not find it that important. It was not top of your priority list why you did or did not do something, but it won't be because you were not informed enough to understand the level of importance. And so you don't have to be an apostle, you don't have to be a pastor, a teacher, or evangelist. You can be a believer that can be effective in magic, whether receiving or on the giving end, if you understand universal laws. I want to talk about something today because it's Sagittarian energy and it talks about structure. And my subject is, to each and every one of you that are watching, don't forget to hit the like button. The very least you can do is hit like. And then, where is my phone for Cash App? Because if you want me to burn incense, because I have all that at my church, on my desk at my church. I have High John Protection, 7 Chakra Incense, Healing Incense, Reversal, Money Blessing, Love. Why is this up here anyway? Road Opener, and Guardian Angel Incense, Mental Clarity, Oil of Blackness, Peace, Ancestor, Better Business. Oh, that's where my Blockbuster is, at my house. That's what it is, a Blockbuster. I don't have Blockbuster because that's at my house. I was refilling it and I forgot to bring it. Better Business, Triple Threat, Stop Gossip, Incense, and I'm gonna go get this phone. Give me a second. I've been having to clean the church because I got women and men don't think that spirituality is about cleaning. And no, I remember my workout clothes. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna say this without being offensive. If you really want to do conjuring, it has to take precedence over everything. There's a reason why in the Bible it says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. A part of maintenance is a part of understanding investment. Nobody is going to operate in maintenance if you don't value what you have. I don't care what part of life you in. If you don't value something, you're not going to maintain it. I'm going to say that again. A man or woman that don't value their house, they're not going to do what it takes to maintain it. A man or woman that doesn't value their education is not going to do what it takes to maintain it. That's what maintenance is. Maintenance is a part of investment as well, because in order to keep your car running the way it was when you bought it, you have to do maintenance work on it. In order to keep your conjure at the place, like my cauldrons and my wands and all of my other spiritual tools, in order for them to be as proficient and as effective as they were when I first got them, I have to do maintenance work on them in order to maintain them at that certain level. My mom used to say this, getting something is one thing, maintaining is another. Maintenance can be just as expensive as just actually investment. But it's always worth it, because then you can always sell it at top value. Some people call it mint condition. Facts. One of the things that I want to do is I want to give practical insight. What practical means? Rational. Not over the top. Rational insight to real spirituality. So you're not coming in with unrealistic expectations, or you won't be beguiled by people selling you quick get rich schemes. When you are not ready to do the real work that comes with the lifestyle of conjure, whatever that may be, then you're going to think somebody is asking more of you than you should be giving. This is what I tell people. If you get involved with a man that is only paid, he only lived with people, or lived in an environment where he only paid so much of bills, so much of maintenance, it's going to be hard to convince him that he ain't doing you a favor by paying mortgage and rent. That he ain't doing you a favor by paying the furniture bill, the cell phone bill. When people are not accustomed to dealing with full responsibility, they always feel like you trying to take something from them, because they're not accustomed to being accountable for what it takes to run a household, what it takes to run an elay, what it takes to run a church, what it takes to run a relationship. They are not accustomed to that, because they have been side dishes all their life, whether it's naturally or spiritually. Maintenance of real work, real responsibility is a lot. Anybody tell you otherwise, they're lying to you. And this has to be something that you are committed to do and a part of, and that it is what it is. All right? Now, my subject today, tonight, this afternoon, evening, is consider the hand you are playing from. The cards you are dealt. Now, in our church world, the closest thing to this is about the talents. The Lord gave one 5 talents, he gave another 3, and then he gave another person 1. And melanated people, and please do not get offended, just hear me out. You think it matters to God, the divine, the cards that you have been dealt with. But it doesn't. If you are serving the Creator, he started all of this with nothing and created all of this. What's up, my jealous sweets? If you think that what you've been through in life gives you a pass of not achieving your destiny or your goal, you are sorry mistaken. I don't care who you are, whether you are the animal kingdom, mammal kingdom, everything has a purpose and a destiny up under the sun. And I will say this again, whether you're a Christian or not a Christian, there ain't nothing new up under the sun. when it comes to conjure, when it comes to issues and circumstances. This is why the zodiac exists. So, what I did, being methodical, I bought a plain deck of cards. Here we have the King of Hearts, the Queen of Hearts, Jack of Hearts, 10 of Hearts, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ace. I'm doing this for a reason. Here we have the King of Clubs, Queen of Clubs, Jack of Clubs, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Here's the Ace Clubs. Then we have Diamond, Ace of Diamond. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jack, Diamond, Queen Diamond, King Diamond. I'm doing this for a reason. Then we have Ace of Spades. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jack of Spades, Queen of Spades, King of Spades. My purpose of doing that, no matter where you in life, we all dealt a hand. Until black people, melanated people, stop acting like they got some cards in their hand that are not in the deck. I'm going to say this again. Until melanated people stop walking around this earth as though they have a deck of cards, a hand that was dealt to them that is not in the book. There's nothing you have gone through that one of these zodiac signs don't touch off on. It doesn't matter if you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Christianity. There's every genre of magic that affects some part of your life. If you were truly into your spirituality, you don't have to leave Christianity to be a powerful spiritualist. You don't have to leave Ifa. You don't have to leave Voodoo. What you need to understand is the cards that you are dealt with and finding the wisdom of how to play your hand. You're not losing the battle because of what's in your hand. You're losing the battle because you don't have to play your hand. Each deck of cards have their own ace. They got their own queen. They got their own king. They got their own 9, 10. Every ATR has their own spirit of love, spirit of prosperity, spirit of war, spirit of healing. Every diaspora you into. Ifa got healing. Voodoo got healing. Kamdamle got healing. Palo got healing. You not running to something different. It just functioned different. This just so happened to be the heart. This just so happened to be the club. This just so happened to be Diamond. They got their own king. This so happened to be Spade. They got their own 8. They got their own 7. What your problem is, you trying to mix. You trying to mix. And you don't understand energy like that. You don't understand energy enough for you to be mixing. And so if it ain't similar to you, then you don't think it's up for play. So there's a reason why we shuffle the cards. Do you understand that in life? It's not God's mandatory responsibility to make sure you have the same start as your brother or your sister. It is not God's responsibility to make sure that you have the same exact gifts in the same exact time, the same exact job, the same exact building. At the end of the day, you have a responsibility to fulfill your task. Every one of us. I don't have the same abilities, opportunities as my siblings or even everybody in my family. The purpose of shuffling the cards is to be fair. We shuffle the cards and we have an understanding that there are 52 cards in this deck. Can we be at least honest to understand that whatever I get dealt in life, I can still play my hand? I'm too busy complaining about the hand that I was dealt to actually learn how to play the game so I can win. The Bible said that the poor man's, I'm going to say that again, the poor man's wisdom saved the city. You have to learn how to capitalize on what God gave you. He was so busy saving the city that he didn't get no royalties. Because remember, it's easier for people to pay you before they get help. But once they done got help, it's harder for them to pay you. So what he should have did, if he understood what God had gave him, to capitalize on his wisdom, he could have told them straight up, listen, what I can do for you. I can give you a strategy, but what is it in for me? Some of you will never come out of poverty because you too busy talking about your disadvantages. God give everybody several abilities. Everybody. I'm shuffling this for a reason. Hold on just a minute. Give me a couple of minutes. Because this is where you got to have a method to your madness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In life, everybody don't get 5 cards. But I'm trying to make a point. In this hand right here, look at this hand right here. I'm going to show y'all. In this particular hand, you will notice that there are no kings, there are no queens, there are no aces, but it's still a hand. And it can be played. And it can be won, depending on what game you're playing. We got, in this hand, a spade, diamond, 2 a diamond, 3 a diamond, a heart of 9, and then a 7 of spade. Clues, whoever you is, the only clown is that ragged ass pussy that birthed you into the world. That pussy is trash. And I'm pretty sure you're trailer trash. Because, well, you know how your stank your mammy pussy is. So I ain't got to go in there and tell you. In this particular hand, the next person's hand, they got 1 ace in there. How many know that we feel like if we ain't got no kings and queens in our hand, we don't have a good hand? Because you don't know how to play the game. You're more concerned about trying to get some advantages instead of turning ordinary things into extraordinary things. Because you might have a gift of invention. So you don't need what somebody else needs. So in this particular hand, we got 6 of heart, 8 of spades, 9 of spades, ace of spades, and a 6 diamond. So we got more black cards. You got 1 heart, 1 diamond in this hand. This is your life. This is your life that you keep complaining about. Instead of learning how to play what God gave you, no. In this particular hand, 5 cards spread. You notice it has a queen in there. Everybody ain't gonna have a king. Everybody ain't have a queen. Everybody ain't have a spade. But the fairness is, it comes from them 52 decks. When you born on this earth, you were born through zodiac sign. You were given gifts, talents, and abilities. And instead of you bitching about the hand you got, you need to learn how to play your hand. You need to understand what that 5 of club mean in your life. You need to know what that 6 of spade mean in your life. In your life, not what somebody else telling you it means in your life. You need to know what the 9 of club mean in your life. You need to know when to play. Since you ain't got but one queen, and it's a queen of diamond, you need to know that this ain't the first thing you throw out your hand. Because when you trying to prove a point and trying to make people think you more than what you is, you going to mess around and throw this card out way too early, depending on what you playing. Stop trying to prove a point to people and trying to make people feel that you got more than what you got, because you ain't got but one queen in your hand. And then you got two of hearts. Life in every turn is going to deal you a hand. Your job is to figure out the game. And when you figure out the game, then you will understand the value of each card. You will understand the value of every live you ever watched. The reason why you can't play your hand, because you're not understanding that you playing the game of Taurus. You playing the game of Virgo. You playing the game of Scorpio. You playing the game of Sagittarius or Leo. You an air sign. You a water sign. These cards are going to mean something totally different based off of who you are. And when you figure out what game you playing, then you determine by sitting down first and realize who you playing in this game. And then you won't be throwing your cards out and talking about, well, this ain't no good, that ain't no good. Because this is what we do in life. Oh, that's a queen. I want to keep that. We do that with men, women, job. Oh, this is an ace. I'm going to keep that. Ooh, ace. You spend all your time, wasting time, trying to get to things that you think are good for you. I got points for you too. Oh, a king. I want to be a possum. I want to be a tata. I want to be a mumbo. I want to be a... You act like none of these other cards matter. All of these cards are part of every game. They all matter. And one has more value at one time in your life, and others have more value at another time in your life. But this is what we do. Ooh, a king. Ooh, an ace. That's the only time we get happy in church. When certain things mean something to us, it don't matter about the other 52 cards. Because I don't know how you're going to win the game without the other 52 cards. Because this ain't the game of kings, queens, and aces. Jack. You don't know Jack. Queen. King. Queen. Jack. I keep trying to tell y'all I got a lot of wisdom. And I'm proving a point with all these supposed to be spiritualists and conjurers. You full of shit. You think you got something when you got all of these. Do you not know that there are people out here that with certain advantages in their life, they still get beat? You so busy trying to get to this that you ain't learning the game. You so busy trying to get to the title. You so busy trying to get to the front of the line that you not learning how to play the game. And you can't play the game because guess what? There's no resting place. That means when you got this, you always feel in danger. You don't know what to play because you feel like all your cards are good. You don't know what to share because you feel like you got the best hand. So you feel like you don't need nobody. This is how you get beat. This is how you end up thinking more of yourself than you are. You mess around and gave up the cards that are going to really teach you how to play the game. Huh? That Negro you gave up because he had not arrived yet. That's what I'm talking about. That teacher that wasn't flashy and wasn't all about being seen and being popular, but they knew their craft, you gave them up for somebody flashy. I want you to look at this. It's more of these than these. So all of you that lie and say you looking for quality over quantity, when the truth is you looking for quantity over quality, because you done gave up so much of what God got for you to learn. The 4 of clubs can't teach you nothing. The 2 of diamonds can't teach you nothing. The 3 of diamonds can't teach you nothing. The 9 of hearts can't teach you nothing. The 7 of spades can't teach you. The 5 of clubs can't teach you nothing. Look at what you're giving up and to develop and to grow and to learn. Because you don't have to play this game over and over and over. And you need diversity. You need to know how to deal with whether you are the mountaintop or the valley low. You need to know whether you got 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. You got to be able to bless it and be able to feed the 5,000. You might find yourself in a situation where you ain't got nothing. So now you got to learn how to invoke Elohim, the creator, your creative energy, your creative juices, to make something out of what? Nothing. But when you keep throwing away these cards, because it always look like somebody else, because they may be up in the forefront as a chief apostle as myself. I didn't start off as a chief apostle. I didn't even start out as an apostle. I was a prophet, major, but a prophet. Can't learn nothing from the 2 of clubs. Forget 4 diamonds. Forget 4 of clubs. That's my point, guys. If there's nothing new up under the sun, you need to be able to function in all of these. Huh? You need to be able to function and realize, I need to know. I'm not here to give up what I learned in my 1st grade class. I'm not here to give up what I learned in my 3rd grade class. All of those things build upon something. The fact that you keep trying to overlook that and you think that everything's about you not learning and you not developing. The melanated people, the disservice that the church has given you is Jesus gonna fix it. Baby, I don't care how many times you quote this too shall pass, you gotta play your hand. You're not gonna get a new hand until the game is over. Can I say it again? No matter what game you play in life, you don't get a new hand until the game is over. So I would encourage you to learn what you need to learn, to invest what you need to invest in, to grow and to develop up under circumstances. So no matter what hand you deal with, you know how to win. You know how to win. Foundation, talk to me. Is that my 69? You're not going to always get the cards in finances that you want. You're not going to always get the cards that you want in love life. You're not going to always get the cards in the healing or health department. But don't mean you can't win. I'm going to say it again. If you spend more time actually trying to learn, then your hand may not look as bad to you as it look now. If you were actually trying to learn, all right, there's our chocolate. I know that chocolate with nuts. And don't forget pubic hair, because I don't shave. I trim. There's a difference. Think about what I'm actually trying to teach. The reason why people switching from one religion to the next is because you don't understand that just because you go, when I go into voodoo and I'm practicing voodoo, I still got the same hand. If I couldn't be successful with that hand in hoodoo, what made me think I'm gonna be successful with that hand in voodoo? If I'm still griping over the cards that are in my hand, how can I be positive when I'm bitching, complaining, and moping about the hand that I have in certain aspects of my life, instead of trying to figure out how I'm going to play this hand? Because your ancestor, your Egun, your divine mother and father, they gave you that hand for a reason. When the Lord told me that Because I was trying to figure out, like, why you always have me with small membership? He said, because you don't need much to win with. The God that I serve think enough of me. He says I don't need much to accomplish much. I can have the most dysfunctional people and come out functional. He says my skill set proves that he is God. Proves that she is divine. You understand? It's not the sword, sir and ma'am. It is the one that is yielding that sword and wielding that sword. Because sometimes the way that we do stuff and play our hands, we make people think that our hand is got certain things in it and we don't. There are certain people out here playing their card and they're coming from a broken place. There are people that have certain setbacks in their life. There are certain people that have certain hurt and losses in their life. But the way they play in their hand, you would think they had every advantage that God has given to man. Because they keep on winning. They keep on coming through. They keep on breakthroughing. Because they have accepted that this is the hand I got and I'm going to play it to the best of my ability. This is the only talent God gave me, I'm for to work it. This is the only gift God gave me, I'm for to work it. This is the only opportunity I got, I'm going to hold on it for dear life. You don't control who shuffles the cards. Let me tell you something. I want to say to anybody that chooses to come onto my platform, do not come on my platform. It's very rude what you're doing. Whoever this person is here. TG. When nobody cares about you or your faith or your Jesus. Fuck you. Fuck everything you stand for. And I'm actually in my church, where I've been pastoring since 2001. It is people like you that represent the entity and the deity of that whole concept of Christianity. And you care nothing for melanated people. And one thing I've learned about white people, they always want to throw Jesus up in your face while they fuck you and fuck you over. So sorry, we have not had a good experience in these United States with your Jesus. Your Jesus has done absolutely nothing for melanated people, but allow us to be succumbed to white supremacy and systematic racism. And so we are being empowered over here. And if you're not here to support that, then fuck off. Okay? And that's from the chief apostle. When you don't have enough intelligence to learn why somebody's saying something and teaching something, and then you're just going to intrude yourself in there like you here to help us. You want to help me? Send me 10 grand to my Cash App. You want to help me? Send me something to my PayPal. Send me something to my Zelle. Other than that, fuck you and all you stand for. And I hope you fall wherever you slide. Come here, that BS. That makes me mad. They be the first one. You don't even know Jesus, Yahshua, who the real, our Savior, mystic that learned magic from Africa. And I hope black people stop letting these people, especially white people, throw this up in your face. Once again, sir and ma'am, you do not control how life universe shuffles the cards. Your job is to understand. The Bible says in all your getting, get you some understanding. Right? When you get your hand, the first thing you need to do when you get your hand, and you realize that's the hand you dealt with in a particular area of your life, you need to study. Study your hand. Study the value of each card in your hand based off of the game you're playing. That's the only thing you need to be doing. You don't need to be rushing and ready to throw a card out yet. You need to study your hand and what's in your hand. You got 5 cards representing grace. representing Oshun. In this particular hand, this ain't what you do in real life. You'll never show nobody your hand. But since we're doing this for teaching purposes, we got a 10 in this hand, we got an 8 in this hand, we got a queen of clubs, we got a 7 of clubs, and then we got a spade of ace. Now your job is to study to show yourself approved for real. Not to sit there and wonder what's in somebody else's hand. This is why tending to other people's business, you can't play your hand thinking about what they got in their hand. Because you don't know what they got in their hand. They're not going to tell you what they got in their hand. And if they did tell you what was in their hand, they ain't going to help you none. It ain't in your hand. What's in another man or woman's hand ain't going to help your hand. Mama may have, daddy may have, but God bless the child that it has. Now that I have studied, and based off of what situation I'm in, is how I'm going to play my hand. Based off of what kind of energy is being exchanged. Say for instance, somebody throw out a 7. Depending on what you playing, you might hit them with a 7 of club. Depending on what you playing. You got to be able to play your hand what God gives you. Not what's in somebody else's hand. Or playing your hand based off of how somebody else handling you. And if God do bless you with certain advantages, you need to keep that in the cup for emergency only, not for showing out purposes. I'm going to say it again. There may be certain advantages or certain talents or certain fetishes, spiritual fetishes you have. There may be certain spiritual fishing holes you may have. That is only for the selected. Because if you ever get in trouble, you got to be able to bail yourself out with your ace or bail yourself out with your queen. Because guess what? In real life, you rescue you. You rescue you. And if you throw your only help out the door, then you in trouble. Now you got to wait on the mercy of another man or woman to feel sorry for you. While you are yet in a dilemma. Whether it's your healing, your finances, your health, your whatever you got going on. You trying to be there for everybody else, but when you use up your cards, trying to help other people, and then you get in trouble, and you forget that you still got to deal with this. Now you complaining because you ain't got but one card left, because you didn't want to hear my counsel. Because at the end of the day, sir and ma'am, it's your life. It's your life. And when you don't have what you need to play what's going on in your life, it ain't nobody's fault but yours. It ain't nobody's fault but yours. You started practicing Ifa or Voodoo or Santeria or Kumi, and you let some fuck ass Christian come along with a Jesus they ain't even in a relationship with, because they go to a church with a bunch of dumb ass, blind ass people following another dumb ass preacher. The Bible calls them dumb. That ain't nobody's fault. If you gonna let somebody come in your life with no experience and tell you how to play your hand, and they done messed up their hand over and over and over again, why are you letting them play your hand? Did you not know? Just watch them in real time mess up their life. Why are you letting them tell you, oh, don't play that? Who is? They have shown you with their own cards what they will do with their own life. Why are you listening? When their back was up against the wall, you watched what cards they played. When their finances were short, you watch how they played their hand. When they would have a relationship problem, you watch how they handle their hand. Where is the confusion? Sir and ma'am, where is the confusion? When they had the same 8 of diamonds in their hand, you saw them, they didn't understand infinity. 8 represents infinity. They didn't know what to do. Why? Why? I watch people look at people and watch them make dumbass moves. I'm 51 years old. There are certain things that I cannot afford to be doing. There are certain things that I can't play my hand like I was born yesterday. I cannot afford to play my hands as an apostle, as a chief, as a tata, as a paleto, as a santero. I cannot afford to play my hands with the abilities and the gifts that I got. I can't do what you do. I watch people all day long. I'm in a better shape of life than they in. And I'm watching what they're doing with their cars. And I love them, but they stupid. And they didn't learn how to play their hand from me. They have not even identified the value of those cars in their hand. They are still doing the same dumb shit that they were doing when I first met them. They're still associating with people that can profit their life. Absolutely none. They're still doing it. For whatever reason, you're going to use as a justification why you threw that card out there. At the end of the day, you threw that card out there. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. Talking about you did it for your daddy, your mama, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your child. At the end of the day, you have to suffer the consequences of whatever you put out there. And you need to make sure that that card is in your benefit. When you do conjure and you get incense burns, you need to understand the purpose. That when you throw that hand of High John, you throw that card of protection, you throw that card of 7 chakra incense, you throw that card of healing incense or reversal, you got to know why you're putting that out there. You got to know why that card is going on the table. You can't just be doing something to be doing. Monkey see, you got to know why you putting that stop gossip out there on the table. Learn how to play your hand, whether it is in hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, the Kume Congo. I'm a strategist. I'm encouraging melanated people all over this globe to invest as much as you can in your graveyard work. Get to be a part of our tribe. Get to be a part of the membership. You can't make changes until you get your tools. You can't keep playing your hand the same way and looking for a different result. You can game over. It's like playing Miss Pac-Man or Mr. Pac-Man. You don't learn the patterns, you're never gonna go to the next level. The speed ain't gonna remain the same. The pace ain't gonna remain the same. So if you're struggling in basic arithmetic, then you should not be in calculus. The only person you're frustrating is yourself. If you don't know how to play your hand after each opportunity you done got to play your hand, then you shouldn't be out here coaching somebody about life. Because it's apparent the way you play your hand, you don't know nothing about life. And when you learn about life, then you can utilize voodoo, Santeria as vehicles to navigate in life. But you need to understand life skills. You need to understand why you blessing and being a part of certain things. You need to understand that why you ain't got time for, to be playing games with other people. Because as a young man or woman, you got goals. I'm 51 years of age with 30 years. I'm in good position. Are you? Are you? I got 3 kids and they're all grown. Depending on where you are in life, sir, and ma'am, you can play certain, play your hand a certain way, and then depending on where you're at, you can't play your cards like that. You cannot afford to play your hand like that. While the next sister over there that got a supportive husband, got her hands in the air in the church saying, all of me wants all of you. She can say that. Because he ain't a cheater. And he provided for his household. But you know you married to Tyrone. Tyrone looking at the musician behind the keyboard right now, ready to suck his dick. You can't trust Tyrone in cheering church. You can't trust Tyrone during Easter, at the family reunion, because you know Tyrone don't care about screwing in the family, men or women. You got to go to sleep with your war clothes on, because you made a decision to be with somebody that is unfaithful. That's not the hand God gave you. That's the choice you made. I'm going to say that again. That is not the hand that God gave you or dealt with you. That's the person you chose to play with in this life. I'm not playing with no unskillful people. I'm 51 years old. I don't care if you're young or old. If you show me that you're serious about knowing how to play your hand, I'll play. We can be partners. But when you out here just throwing cards, I can't do that. I'm finna back away from you. This is what real magic is, guys. This is why I told you to watch The Karate Kid. I'm trying to give you different wisdoms. I'm trying to get you out of a place of complaining. I'm trying to get you on your grind. I got to make you understand. You don't have to have my hand or the next man's hand. You got to learn how to play your hand and play your game. And understand the values of the things that God has blessed you with. As a Taurus, as a Libra, as a Virgo, as a Sagittarius, as a Capricorn, as a Leo. You got to figure that out. And when you figure that out, everything else makes sense. There may be some time when you figure out the name of the game, then you speed up because you know that you're not moving fast enough. There's certain time when you figure out the game, you need to slow down and be more patient. Nobody got to tell a grown man or woman when they know how to play their hand, their own partner can't rush them. Because they understand, I got to make sure I'm throwing out the right card. I got to make sure I'm playing my hand correctly. You may never get that back like that. Exactly, Stormy. That's a good statement. You can sit there for the rest of your life wishing you had the hand of another man or woman or just a different hand. But I'm here to tell you, you would still not play their hand the way they play their hand. If you had the same hand as Chief Apostle Ely, you still would not play my cards the way that I play my cards because you don't have my wisdom. You don't have my experience. So wishing that you had something that somebody else had is still not going to help you because at the end of the day, you're still going to make the same type of decisions. You're still going to value or not value certain things the same way. That's why this matters. That's why this type of teaching matters to melanated people. Stop looking at white people and their racist system. Those cards that they're playing, you can't play your hand that way. You can't. You have to deal with the cards that you have dealt with and let God bless you. Let the divine prosper you. And you'll find out, sir, man, you'll get a lot further in life playing your own hand, valuing your own cards, and showing appreciation to what your egos, your ancestors, or your divine God or goddess has blessed you with. And stop bitching and complaining about the cards that are sitting in your hand. Because at the end of the day, the scripture said, he will prosper your hand. Happy. What's up there, Jazz? He will prosper your hands in whatsoever you do. So it's really not about the cards in your hand. It's about the blessedness on your life. You don't have to be chosen to be blessed. You don't have to be the cream of the crop to be blessed. He said, these signs shall follow them that believe. And at the very least, the seed of a mustard seed. At the very least. Not at the capacity, but at the very least, the faith of a mustard seed. That's how real this is. When you work with me, I'm here to ground you. I'm here to be logical for you. I'm tired of our melanated people looking like an ass to the world because we're being irrational and we're just throwing our cards out because we don't value them. 52 cards in a deck. God ain't unfair. 52 cards in a deck. The Loas are not unfair. 52 cards in a deck. The Nkisi not unfair. Learn how to play your hand. Come on my live, get you some real wisdom, and start playing your hand. And watch how things start turning out for you. Stop saying that I'm mad that I got a 3 of club in my hand. Stop getting mad because you got a 2 of club in your hand. Because in some games, this is the card to have. In some games of life, this is the card to have. Not the king, not the jack. Because you playing 21. The king and queen is a liability. You understand? Figure out what your Nkisi, your ancestors, trying to teach you, and then that's how you play your hand. Because as long as you please them, you win in the game. Darius sent in for Stop Gossip. I'm trying to help, but I can't make y'all do right. I can't make y'all put things in important. And you listening to other people. This is why I tell you I was born to do this. I was doing this since a child. Like, it ain't my fault that you listen to other people getting in your ear and then you making bad decisions, and then now you in a situation where you could be further ahead in your life and you not. I can't make you not be hard-headed. I have strived to help melanated people win. Really did. Hold on. But what has happened is you still trying to hold on to Christian beliefs. And they are the very opposite of what I teach is universal law. I don't care the dogma of whether it's non-denominational or denominational. At the end of the day, if it's not helping melanated people and teaching them real mathematics and real science, it does us no good. Trying to be the bigger person, it's not doing us any good. I have to teach people wherever they are. The widow, she had a hand. She could give bake that cake for the man of God. That's how she could play her hand. Or she could choose to still eat that cake with her and her son and then die. She chose to play her hand with the man of God. Nobody can make you answer the call. Nobody can make you make the right decision. You have to do that. When that lad came up there and Yahshua asked him for that 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, he could look at Yahshua and say, that's all I got. Why would I give you this? But he gave it to the hands. And the Lord, Yahshua, took them 2 fish, 5 loaves and blessed it, lifted it up, and God fed the 5,000 and had leftover. It depends on how you playing your hand, baby. You can have 1 talent and win. You can have 3 talent and win. You can have 5 talent and win. You just need to win. You got to learn how to play your hand. As an air sign, as a water sign, as an earth sign, as a fire sign. You so busy looking at how I'm playing my hand. You don't got my gifts, my talent, or my ability. Neither do you have my wisdom or my experience. We are not on the same level. You are still running around here trying to pretend to be a man. I am one. I'm not looking for respect. I already got it. Because that's something I earned. You trying to play your hands in ways that you're throwing the wrong cards out. And it's telling on you. I can tell what you don't know by the cards you play. Based on the game, based on what life is trying to teach you, I can tell based off of what you threw out your hand that you don't know. And what you ain't ready for. Because if you had any kind of wisdom, you want to throw that card out. If you had any other kind of wisdom, you would already be making that bet. That's why I know some of y'all still bullshitting. I'm giving you the answers to the test, and you still coming up with the wrong answer. I'm not being negative. I know I'm giving you the answers. I had a young lady talking to me today, and she was like, the level that you teach on, that you give it. Half of these people have no idea. They never heard of any of this outside of Apostle Ely. What you think I'm not sharing? Because no master, no teacher tells everything they know. So imagine what I really know that I don't share. But I share enough to let you know that I know that these people cannot teach you what they saying they can teach you because they don't know it. And you can't give somebody what you don't have. You could never play my hand the way I play my hand. You don't have the favor of God that I have. I am born to operate in all 9 realms. How you gonna play my hand like I play my hand? I'm a child of the dead. How you gonna play my hand? I can play your hand better than you can. What you call a problem, I don't call a problem. What you call a roadblock, I don't call a roadblock. What you call a disadvantage, I call an opportunity. We don't even perceive circumstances and situations the same. I would never utilize my money the way you utilize your money. I would never be spending my money on stuff that does not serve my spiritual purpose. Because I know when I take care of my spiritual stuff, I'm going to get all that other stuff. He said, all else shall be added. I'm not going to spend money over here on stuff that's going to make me lose out on my spirituality. And then I need my spirituality to protect me from the stuff that I don't want to. It don't make no sense. I'm going to invest in my love work if I want sex. I'm going to invest in my healing work if I want to be made whole. My priorities are not your priorities. I've been telling you about my priorities. Like today, I would be investing in my ancestor work. That's where my money be going. That's where my energy be going. I would be stimulating my ego. I would be feeding my ego. That's me. But everybody claim to be such conjurers and mystics and agitators and stuff. And then when I see people that say they crown and all that, and I see how they play their hand, I'm uninterested. You might be authentically crowned, initiated, and scratched, but the way you play your hand, I don't need you to teach me nothing. I don't want to learn nothing what you know, because based off of how you just played your hand in these given situations, I know you don't know nothing. I come from people that know how to play their hands in adverse situations. I forgot to give mine. There came up with ancestor and Eglin. I want to appreciate everybody that has given me an opportunity to share my knowledge, my wisdom, my understanding, and eventually I'm going to be going on doing other stuff, but you can't say I didn't give you an opportunity. You can't say that I didn't give you an opportunity to be a part of our tribe, a part of our conjure. I did. You're going to find out that there's going to be a lot of roadblocks out there outside of Apostle Ely, because people don't value people like I do. And nobody wants to hear you complain when you've had the opportunity. Nobody wants to hear you complain about you had to do this. We all got bills. Sir, ma'am, Every last one of us on this live, whether you got bills like mine or lesser than mine, it's irrelevant. We all got bills and responsibilities. But I do not let any of that come before my spirituality. I'm going to say it again. I don't let any of that come before my spirituality, because I understand the game that I'm playing. And it's more blessed to give than receive. All right? Love you, appreciate you, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow in church service. God bless.